Hey, badass business owner. Are you in a season of your business where you are just busy as all get out and you feel like you're letting so many things fall through the cracks? Are you finding that you're getting frustrated because these long hours are preventing you from doing the things you know you should be doing, from working on your business versus in your business? Well, I'm here to tell you that it's perfectly normal to have those seasons of your business. Where it becomes a problem is if that season tends to last 12 months, because that means you're doing something wrong and you need to get help and that you've taken on way too much. And what I wanted to talk about today is something that even I go through, because right now I'm going through that exact same thing. My business is going crazy. No, not my coaching part. My real estate business is going crazy. This is by far the busiest I've been in a really long time. And I've had some pretty busy seasons. And part of that is, as you know, we have all this pent up buying and we've got this crazy market that's out there, which means I'm running around, hopping, going crazy. But I also know this happens in each and every one of your businesses as well, because I'm talking to you, I'm seeing it. I'm running into people that I use in my real estate business that have never been as busy as they are today. So being busy isn't a problem as long as you're making sure you're doing everything you can not to let things fall through the cracks and to create problems. Because sometimes when we get so busy, we start dropping the ball on stuff that we need to make sure that we keep those balls in the air, because it's very difficult to be extremely busy and keep all the balls going. Now, some balls you'll strategically place down. Now, think about this. Think about someone juggling a bunch of balls up in the air. There's a difference between when all of a sudden you can't catch any of them and they start falling and hitting the ground versus you strategically putting them in your pocket as you go. When you start strategically putting them in your pocket as you kind of keep them bouncing up in the air, it's because you know that, hey, right now this ball is unnecessary and this ball can wait a moment and I can put it off to the side. And that's what I want you to think about your business when you are in those crazy seasons, is to say, hey, nothing's going to break in my business. It might slow down in my business, but it's not going to cost me money and it's not going to do all these different things. I need to put this aside. And it might be a 6-week window, an 8-week window, or even a 12-week window that you're having to do this on. But these are things that you know that will get broken or you just don't have the time for. I want you to be busy. I want you to maximize the sales that you can, but I also want you to make sure that your brain is engaged during this time and you're jotting down ideas, things that you can say, hey, when I go through this next year or next time, this is what I need to change. I need to be prepared for this. What were the things that you weren't prepared for that all of a sudden bit you in the butt? What are the things that if you had in place today, it would make this season of craziness a little bit easier? You know, I liken it to this way. I remember when, and a lot of real estate agents will go through this, you know, the average real estate agent has 1 or 2 deals. If they're solo, okay, they might have 1 or 2 deals a month, and then they get that third one and they just start freaking out. And if you have a fourth one, oh my God, I can't keep my hands on all this. Plus they're trying to balance new people coming in and they just can't do it. And they have these meltdowns. And I remember several years ago, I had like 8 in escrow and I had all these other customers and I thought, oh my God, it can't get any worse than this. And since then I've gone on to bypass that during the craziness. And right now, the last few months of what I've had balancing going forward, what I have balancing in escrow today, and I'm a solopreneur. I don't have all the help that a lot of agents do. I don't have the training coordinators and transact people and all that other stuff. Don't want to bore you with all that stuff, but I can manage all that stuff because I put the processes in place in my own business that help me with those different things. Could I be even more efficient if I had those things? Absolutely. But I also know that if I put some of those things in place, it'll get even busier and crazier, which isn't a good or a bad thing. It just depends if I want to grow the business or not grow the business. I'm just telling you, when it comes to your business, I want to make sure that you put yourself in a position that you give yourself forgiveness if you are not working on your business during this crazy time. But where I'm going to get on your butt and I'm going to come back and get on you is if you happen to be during that craziness not thinking about what you need to put in place and you're not putting an end date to it. If you know that, hey, I'm going to be busy all the way through the end of July, then you need to make plans now of what are you going to do come the end of July to start putting in place, spending more time on your business. Because honestly, that's where we take advantage of those slower times. From July to January, let's just pick that as a slower season. It's not that it's dead, and it's not that you don't have a lot of business. It just means it's not crazy time like it is right now. Well, during those non-crazy times, that's when you really need to be working hard and heavy on your business to say, what do I need to put in place? Where were my gaps? Where were things falling through the cracks? What do I need to fix? What are those processes? Where was I bleeding money? Where were those things? That's what you need to be working on when you're not in the middle of all the craziness. So for example, if you're listening to this right now and you're not in the middle of all that craziness, your butt better be working on the things you need to have in place for that craziness, to put in place for that. And if you're in the middle of the craziness, you just need to be jotting down notes. You need to be staying on top of every single one of those customers, figuring out where things are slipping through the cracks. You know what? Do I need to buy more inventory? Do I need to plan better? Do I need to hire earlier? What do I need to be more efficient at this. I need to make sure I'm not bouncing all over town because I didn't schedule correctly. What are the things that are being screwed up in the middle of the chaos? So this way, when you're out of the chaos, you can start putting into place the things you need to be able to not only do the same business again, but to do even more business. Earlier, when I mentioned when I had hit my wall, I had 8 things going on and all these different people, I thought there's no way I could be even better at it. And I was able to double that. So trust me, you can find ways. You get more efficient. How many times have you learned something new and it's like when you're first learning it, you feel so stupid and so inadequate and you think, oh my God, I'm never going to get fast at this. But you get faster and you get better and you get better and you get faster and faster and better every single time. That's how we learn anything, any new skill, any new process, any new business, anything that we go through the same learning curve. We feel dumb and stupid and we just can't figure it out. But then when we get better at it, we get faster and faster and faster. That's why we do time trials. That's why when you see runners run, they clock in what that time is in the beginning and they try to just chip off seconds off of each one of those because that's making them more efficient and better what they do. You need to do the same thing with your business. Okay. So right now, give yourself permission to go crazy and do all the business that you can rack in and take advantage of where you're at today. But make sure you have a plan for coming out of this and what you need. So this way you can improve the business as you go forward. So in a way, I guess I'm giving you permission to not work on your business, but in the back of your head, you need to be working on your business, even if you're not physically doing it. You should always be working on your business. It just looks a little different when you're in the middle of chaos and what's going on. And even if you can spare 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes a day, make sure you work on your business. Make sure you find things to jot down or put in place or make that small tweak. If you know that you're going all over the place and one little tweak to say, hey, I'm only going to this area on Tuesdays and this area on Thursdays, that's something you don't need to wait till next year. You can start that today. And even if you don't perfect it, you're not looking for perfection. You're just looking for little tweaks that you can do to improve your business now and then put in place the bigger tweaks. So keep stuff like that in mind. That's the kind of stuff that you should be doing. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and get out of here because I'm super busy. You're super busy and you don't need to be listening to me rattle on. So get out there, make as much money as you can. Make sure, remember, it's not about the sales. It's about the money you put in your pocket. So don't just be chasing stuff for the sales dollars. You need to be saying, hey, what is going to help build my bottom line profitability of my business? That's what you need to be chasing. And that's where that crazy needs to be come in. Because if it's leading to more bottom line sales, then you're absolutely chasing the right sales and doing the right things right now in this crazy time. But if you wake up at the end of the day and you find out that you just went through 3-4 months of craziness and you made no money, that needs to be a warning sign, red flashing lights going off because something's wrong. You should never work that damn hard and make no money. And that's what we want to continue to work on is in the craziness, you better come out with some good solid cash that you can use in your business and personally. All right, with that, I'm out of here. I got to get going. I'll talk to you on the next episode. Bye for now. Hey, badass business owner, before you go, as you know, I'm a huge believer in you knowing your business numbers. After all, it isn't about how much you sell, it's about what you keep. And the best way to grow your profits is to start diving in and understanding those business numbers. To help you on this journey, I have created the Know Your Business Numbers course. We will walk through how to read your profit and loss statement. You'll learn the key calculations that'll help ensure that you're making a healthy profit on all of your products or services, plus a ton of other good stuff that'll help you learn how to use those business numbers to create even more sales and profits. Just check out the link below in the show notes or visit knowyourbusinessnumberscourse.com. So if you're ready to increase those profits, it's time you start diving into your business numbers.